chill.
Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk toys. Let's talk about this loot crate. I haven't done a loot crate in ages, but you know what? Forbidden Planet was having a sale, and a few dominoes were falling in the old pre-orders, and all of a sudden, I got a whole bunch of stuff I want to show off. So let's not stand on ceremony. Mr. Wayne, let's talk about him. First of all, completely random. Never would have thought of ever picking up this, but I got the Fortnite Space Cadets 2-pack. That's what I'm calling them anyway. I always was kind of interested. I saw these guys ages ago. I'd always see them on the shelves, usually warming the shelves. Because this 2-pack was going for about $40. It was reduced by about 80%. There was a lot off this box set. And I was like, less than $5 a figure? Treat yourself, just for the fun of opening up something new and something different. I was always thinking Cosmic Legions. Anything spacey, cosmic-y, boom. Throw them in your Cosmic Legions. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not randomly building cosmic characters, but I thought I'd pick these guys up just because they look kind of fun, and maybe I'll find a new home for them. But it's always interesting to see how Hasbro do different lines that aren't Marvel Legends. We're so familiar, but then we see them tackling other things, and you realize, like, wait a minute. How come the Legends aren't getting this kind of treatment? Because look at everything that's going on with this guy. Look at everything that has gone into this spacesuit. This is all a brand new thing. I don't know what the deal is with this guy. It's kind of fun though. They've got all this wonderful texture on the suit, so it feels like a real kind of space age kind of material. And you got these little straps here that actually connect to the thighs as well. They swivel around and bend and twist on this separate belt here. It's very cool. It's nice. I mean, these guys, what also caught my eye was the honeycomb helmet. It's a lot like the Scarabs from Action Force. So, I mean, these guys are a bit too bright and bold to pair up with the Scarabs, who are more militaristic. But it's pretty much the same kind of helmet design, and I think that's kind of wicked. So what's also fun is you can pull these off, and you've got the heads underneath, which are very cartoony, but I mean, that's the Fortnite style, as it were at the time. So what's a clever bit of engineering is you've got the base of the helmet, which can go on around the neck, so you can just have it like this is a force bubble that's retracted, and then he can just be like, hey, what's up? I'm just a dude with an axe and a gun. I don't understand Fortnite. Whatever he's doing, that's what he's doing. It's a little bit fiddly to clip this force bubble in. It doesn't sit great. Like, it's got places where it's supposed to sort of pin in, but it's a bit of a fiddle. It's a bit of a fiddle and a diddle. But again, for the tiny price I paid for this, I'm gonna allow it. If I paid $40, it would have been a bit more finickety. But then again, I wouldn't have paid $40. I'm not some kid who plays Fortnite. I'm a grumpy old man. You know this. And you got the lady as well. And the lady has got all the same sort of similar engineering, but it has been scaled down a little bit. Whereas the guy, he has his waist swivel and he's got a torso swivel. The lady, it's just the torso swivel. But again, I'm saying, look at how they've done both of these connections. No ugly disc hips. It's all hidden. The waist is all hidden in the belt, so you can tilt him right around. There's no flat disc surfaces. That's so good. I keep saying hips when I mean waist. Waist swivel is what I'm talking about. You know what I mean. So yeah, I think that's really great. And what I think is a bit better implemented with Hasbro than McFarlane is this kind of joint swivel. I always find, like, looking at the McFarlane figures, it seems to me like the upper torso kind of sticks out a bit too much, and the hips stick out a bit too much. So it looks like they're wearing big plastic underpants, a lot of the McFarlane figures, where these seem to be incorporated a little bit tighter. They're a bit tighter to the figure. That makes them look a lot nicer. So some of their weapons are a bit bonkers and goofy, but again, Fortnite style, so that's fine. So as a little pair, back to back, again, I don't know why they have these huge planet spheres on their backs. It's fun, it's a bit unusual, but just for a real cheap price of two fun, quirky looking figures, they're good. I'm not going to hold on to them, but I'm just enjoying playing around with them and having some fun. And quite frankly, that's what action figures are all about. Next up, we've got one that I've been wanting for a long, long time. And again, Forbidden Planet with the sales, we got a reduced Batman of Zenra. Why have I always wanted this figure? I just love the color scheme. It's so bonkers. I saw a picture of the comic book version and I was just like, I don't know why Batman's wearing this costume, but I dig it. I really dig it. And then I had a little read up on the card. There's a card that he comes with here, and it gives you the sort of backstory about the character and a nice little picture as well. That's a nice little extra you get with McFarlane. So again, credit for that. And yes, this is like a persona, a character that Batman goes into in times of severe duress. And it's just fun. He's he's got a board with a nail in it. And he's just got a stabby knife. This is real bonkers Batman, which I think it would have then maybe benefited from if he had more of a bonkers face. Not like a blah kind of face, but more of a kind of I'm gonna hit you with my bat full of nails. That kind of face would have been really fun to see. Instead, it's just like, I'm going to solve this murderous crime while wearing a bright-colored costume. For reasons. The face doesn't really match what I'm picturing the character to be. I'd like something just a little bit more wacky, or just intense. I mean, anyone wearing this kind of getup, they're going to be pretty intense. I think that this is probably a lot of reuse of a regular Batman, but some nice little tweaks with the lapels, or whatever they're called, the shoulder bits, jutting out here. That's kind of nice. But also, I love whatever the material or the type of rubber they use for the cape. It's really good because it's bendy. It's super pliable. A lot of the Hasbro capes, they're very stiff. Very stiff, hard to maneuver. Whereas this is actually, it's loosey-goosey. That makes a big difference. But speaking of loosey-goosey, them ankles. McFarlane, you guts to get on this, guys. Because I like this figure. But man, he's got weak ankles. Can never be a gymnast, never be a ballerina, not with ankles like these. No matter how you stand him up, he's very likely to stagger around like a drunk man. It's great that he comes with a stand, but still, even on a stand, that won't stop the ankles from rocking back and forth. So there's still some balancing involved, but I'll allow it. I'll forgive it, because I just love how bright, bonkers, and crazy he is. And talking about the McFarlane torso swivels earlier, this one sits quite nicely. It's quite sort of deep in there, that's good. And with the utility belt, it doesn't look like he's wearing a separate pair of rubber pants. It all blends in really nicely. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, yeah, I was holding out to get this figure for a bargain. Now that I've got him for a bargain, I really like him. This is a keeper. I'm keeping hold of this one. Now we've got a big one I was so happy about. Neca, TMNT, cartoon, Anthrax, and Scumbug. These two, particularly Anthrax, I wanted to pick up, but I deemed that it would never happen because NECA turtles, super expensive, and I was like, even though I love the look of these guys, the bright, bold, colorful, cartoony style, I'm like, nah, these 2 packs retail for about $80 each. No, absolutely not. That's an extravagance. And then Forbidden Planet, they had them knocked down by 50%. I went up to pay for them and the guy was like, oh yeah, we're actually taking another $10 off of that. Well, don't mind if I do. So we got these for so cheap. Each one of these, less than $20. I mean, come on. These guys, so great. Let's look at Anthrax first. This is what an action figure should be. So bright, bold, colorful, bonkers, goofy, cartoony, and everything. Everything is made with so much love, so much care and attention to detail. It's absolutely phenomenal. That's why I wanted to get him, because I was just blown away when I saw the pictures, and when I saw him in the box, I'm like, it's so much craftsmanship has gone into this. This guy is an alien executioner from Dimension X, I think, and it's just so much fun. So a giant anthropomorphic cartoon ant with his little anti-thorax back here as well, and it just looks like it's designed by Disney or something. The little details, the little nicks and scuffs, and just anywhere you look on the character, you can find more work has been done. That's something I'm so impressed with all of these Neca animated turtles. Nothing is just, it'll do. Everything is, where can we put more detail? He's got another knife that goes into his scabbard at the back that I've just noticed. I was like, he's only got 4 hands. What am I going to do with that knife? Don't worry, they've already thought of that. But yeah, with the huge battle axe, the machete, the spiked mace, such a fun, awesome, bonkers figure. And also, when I was chatting to Dave Wheeler, yes, it was Dave. He was saying that the newer Turtles figures are made with a better type of plastic, and I can feel it. This feels so much more resilient. I'm not afraid when I'm bending the joints and playing around with him. I say that while very gingerly bending the joints. But yeah, it doesn't feel like it's going to snap or break. It feels like he's got a lot more playability. That makes such a big difference. And then we can go on to Scumbug as well. An exterminator who got too near some ooze in the Technodrome and turns into a disgusting man-cockroach hybrid creation. And just look at everything that is going on here. It's just incredible. That's why I could never get tired of just observing this figure and everything that they've done with it. Just the head alone. Gosh, I'm sweating like crazy up here. Let's rub it on my trousers. Lovely. The head with the bulging eyes, with the veins, the mandibles coming around. He's got an exposed brain that has his tentacles growing out, and just everything is just so much. Did I say it's fun? I did say it's fun, but you can see why I'm saying that, because it is just phenomenal. He's got his little contraption here. I'm not sure what it is, but even that has so much paintwork and sculpting and effort put into it. Little details and rods, radars, antennae, all that kind of thing. And then you've got him, his little spikes bursting out from his boot. And then you see the whole thorax, the cockroach thorax on his back. He's got the mechanical backpack that sprays out goodness only knows what from this gun. Just bonkers, wacky, crazy. I mean, these two guys together, Batman, I'm going to have the most colourful, eye-popping miscellaneous shelf, and that makes me so happy. Absolutely adore this guy. Now we're going to go back over to Fortnite with Ragsy. I wanted to get this figure as soon as I saw her on the shelf, but she was too expensive. I was like, I can't justify that, but she does look cool. Just a random, weird, odd mercenary with a giant pink teddy bear head, because it's bonkers and crazy. And sometimes I find with the Fortnite style, it's too much so. I'm like, I want to buy into this world you're giving me, but it's too off the wall. Whereas this could be someone who you could put in with if you wanted to build a mercenary team that would take on the Punisher or something. Or like a member of Deadpool's Mercs for Money. That could totally be a character that fits. Just a crazy person who's good at offing people and likes to wear cute bear masks. I think that just works really well. Great little headcanon going on there. Comes with a big ass shotgun, which looks badass. I might give her some of the Punisher weapons though. Maybe the sawn-off shotgun, that might look a bit more gnarly. Because she also has these two like sickle kind of things, but they've got cartoon hamburgers on and stuff, and I'm like, nah, it's a bit too Fortnite-y for me. Bit too silly. We're only into sensible things here at Model Behaviour. So everything they've got going on with the little pink backpack as well, it's super cute. And this was, once again, in the sale. Super reduced price. One of those instances where I'm like, yeah, I'd be stupid not to buy this. It's a basic figure when you look at other things like the Neca Turtles and whatnot. It's not as advanced or detailed or what have you, but you know, it's reflected in the price. Sale or not sale, it's still decent for that kind of $20 price point. It would be nice if you had an unmasked head that she came with. She's not. She's just the bear. But I mean, let's face it. You would only want to pose her as the bear anyway. But then with the Mad Max style spikes on the shoulder pads there, the various little bits of armor and the holsters, the gun clips, there's a lot of little bits of detail that make it look like she's not too cartoony. She is. She's more cartoony than your average Marvel legend, but you could still fudge her in if you want to. And because of that, I love my crazy pink teddy bear mercenary. I think this is awesome. Now, it wouldn't be a loot crate without something from Marvel Legends, and of course this week I got Firelord. I'm not going to dwell on Firelord too much because the previous video to this one was an entire video review all about him. You got 20 minutes of Firelord, or maybe 12. Regardless, I'm not going to tell you anything you haven't already heard, because you have watched that video, haven't you? Don't worry, I'll pause it here. You can go back now. Okay, resuming. So you know what I think about Firelord. He's fine. He's a fine figure. I love the look of him. I love how much he... that was rubbish. Pops off the shelf, just the bright colors, but it's very, very basic. You know, this is bog standard. I think I gave him a 4 out of 10 because they didn't really do anything more than they really had to. An extra head would have been nice. The one we have though, with all the flames and the fire, he is kind of gorgeous. So like I said, not going to linger too long, but I do like Firelord. Not going to keep him though. As Stone Cold Steve Austin used to say to people apparently, I like you. Not a lot, but I like you. That's Firelord. And finally, the big one. The one who is going to get his own review, but I would be remiss not to mention him. Mezco-Wolverine, baby. I love this guy. He is beautiful. Is he perfect, though? No. No, he's got some big flaws. I'm not going to be a Mezco-Wolverine apologist here. He's got some big old flaws. The scale is all over the place. This dude is almost as tall as Cyclops. Like, what? Mezco, come on. That's not Marvel Legends Cyclops, that's Mezco Cyclops. So y'all could have thought a little bit harder about that. Also, the head is quite big for the body, not egregiously so. But I think if this was a human being, the Doctor would get the calipers out and be like, you been near any mercury or anything? So that's something to be aware of. But again, I don't mind because it's an action figure. It's exaggerated. And there's so much beautiful detail going on in the face and the head that I want that to be able to be seen. But yeah, those are genuine concerns. And also, your mileage is going to vary on Mezco. I love Mezco with the cloth material because it feels like, I always say, like a stop motion animation kind of thing that someone has stitched together beautifully. It doesn't feel so mass produced. But other people will just look at it and go, that looks like a Mego. It looks like he's wearing a sock. Don't worry, I'll give it the Sock It To Me rating in the proper review. But considering how many heads he comes with, the beautiful Sentinel diorama base, all the extras, chef's kiss. Mwah! Absolutely adore this guy. Gonna do a deep dive review on him coming up in the next couple of days. In the meantime though, he's so gorgeous. My only problem, my worry, is that I'm afraid I'm gonna ruin him. Because it's this bright yellow, it's material. I just know I'm gonna like have a sip of coffee and then pick him up and be like, coffee on my hands. He's ruined now. I almost want to buy a separate one just to have a safe Wolverine that I know is not going to be destroyed by my dumbassness. Time will tell on that. Already he's got like a little silver scuff on his head where I accidentally dropped Colossus on him. I'm hoping that's like a little bit of Colossus silver paint rub that I could maybe like rub that off, but already I'm just a few days in and I'm like, Dave, stop destroying your new favorite action figure. Will I eventually? Only time will tell. But yeah, look forward to the full review on this guy. And folks, that does it for my Loot Crate review, reveal, wrap up for the last week. Last week was what we call in the industry a BAW, a busy ass week. At least in the world of action figures. I picked up some great stuff. Really happy with these. God, stop me if I'm wrong, guys, but isn't just buying action figures like the best thing in the world? Yeah, I think so. So folks, what did you think about the things I picked up? And more importantly, what have you picked up over the last week or so that you really rather love or don't love or, feel kind of in the middle about? Comment below, let me know. And if you like what you see and you want to see more, you see how I went straight into that spiel, then what do? You join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. That's what happens when I break off script. So guys, thanks very much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Hey there, Tiger. If you enjoyed this review, then be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And also, go check out the social media for Model Behavior on the Facebook group and Instagram. But also, if you want more Model Behavior, you can go over to Displaying Miscellaneous Behavior or Model Behavior Wrestling. The links for all of these are in the description below. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can go over to patreon.com/displaying model behavior, and you can throw a few bucks Dave's way and watch all the exclusive videos. Or if you want to stay on here, on YouTube, then you can get yourself a channel membership and enjoy all those extra benefits as well, including call-in shows and all that good stuff. And also, go and buy a t-shirt, because no one's buying t-shirts. Like, just buy the t-shirts. They're cool. All right, time to go. Oh, hey, Mephisto, what's up?
Coffee. Big time coffee. Cup of coffee. Coffee.